In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to optimize your YouTube videos for SEO. I'm going to start out by saying that I guarantee that any SEO training you've seen in another video or that you've learned previously, that it no longer works. Now that probably sounds insane because there's so many smart people that are saying the same thing. So if a lot of people are saying it, it must be true, right? But I promise you, if you could really benefit from having your videos rank at the top of YouTube, then you need to watch this episode. What you're going to learn in this episode has the potential to transform your business and transform your life. And I can say that confidently. I produce over 60 different channels, and I've seen the impact that this strategy can have on their lives and their business. So let's dive right in. The world of SEO has changed, so we're going to talk about what it used to be and what it is now, just for context so you can really understand what the opportunity is now. So website SEO of the past, you would create a website and you would do SEO to it, and you would create a lot of things around it or external to it that would link back to it, right? So think of that concept of you create something and you do SEO to it. That actually doesn't work. You can't create a video and do SEO to it. But what you need to do is do SEO first and then create your video around that SEO strategy that you discover and that you create. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're an expert on productivity. You help people improve their productivity, okay? So you could make a video and it's amazing. It really teaches amazing principles. If anyone watched this that wanted to learn productivity, they would benefit from it, right? You've outlined things perfectly. Maybe you even hired Steven Spielberg to produce this, right? So it's an amazing video. But then you try and do SEO, and the strategy that I teach is a really specific form of keyword research. And so you're going to find a title such as How to Improve Productivity in a Dental Office. So you'll understand the reasoning for that later, but that is such a golden phrase there. How to improve productivity in a dental office. You know who your audience is. You're going to be talking to a dental team. So here's a question. Could you take that dental office question and make that the title of your amazing productivity video? You cannot. You didn't even talk to dentists or the dental team in that video, right? So that's just a very clear example, hopefully, of you've got to do the research first, such as how to improve productivity in a dental office, and that becomes the basis of what you're going to create. Let me actually show you some specific examples, okay? So if you go to YouTube right now and you type in, "Are fixed indexed annuities a good investment?" Notice Stan the Annuity Man is ranking at the very top. This strategy is what put him there. If you type in how to get business credit with poor personal credit, notice that you find Noelle Randall ranked at the top. She's also in position number 2. One more example, this is Jason Schroeder. He was actually filming here in the studio house today. He filmed 20 episodes today. So if you type in what is the role of a superintendent in construction, you'll find him ranked at the top. If you look down further, you'll see him in positions 3 and 4 as well. We did not do that by following this strategy, by creating these link wheels that all build authority for a website. We didn't have to do any of that. All we had to do was create one YouTube video, but do the SEO first and create that video around that SEO strategy, okay? So instead of that confusing mess, we just created one YouTube video. Here's just a couple other examples of what a lot of SEO companies are still trying to do. This did work. I shut down my SEO company probably 11 or 12 years ago, and that's when this stopped working. But companies are still trying to do this today. The idea would be if you're a productivity expert, then you needed to do SEO around the 2-word phrase, improve productivity. Or look at this other example, how to improve productivity on a construction site. Completely different from the dental team, right? You'd have 2 different videos there. So the old way would have improved productivity in the center there, and then you just work for years and spend tons of money putting a whole bunch of spam on the web that would link back and hopefully get you traffic. I would say fortunately this doesn't actually work anymore, but this does. Imagine you just make a video how to improve productivity on a construction site. And I want to tell you that there are hundreds of thousands of questions that are specific like this that are just waiting for experts to make a video and give the answer. All right, I wish what I'm going to show you wasn't the case. I wish this wasn't true, but let me just show you what I mean about a lot of the things that we're being told or a lot of the tools that we're given are fake or don't work. So here's another example. If you type in how to discipline a child that lies and steals, you'll see Nicolene Peck at the top. She's a parenting expert. She also films here at this filming house. She's down there in positions 3 and 4 as well, so she's really dominating this parenting space. But look over here at the right. This is a plugin that I've got for vidIQ that fortunately is free. I'm not paying for this because it's worthless. It says I have a score of 32 out of 100. What? Like I'm ranking at the top. So I bet the video that's not on the screen here has a score of 100, right? This was just launched a week ago and it's already had 821 views because we know how to get it to rank at the top of search. If we go into the Creator Studio and we look at this TubeBuddy plugin, it gives us a TubeBuddy SEO score of 50%, right? So it's as if I'm saying, oh, I'm halfway there, but man, there's still a lot of things missing. Your video's not going to do very well. But wait a minute, we're ranking at the top of YouTube. And I should also add, we're also ranking on Google search. Let me just show you another example. This is Jason that filmed today here. If you type in how to become a construction project manager, you find him at the top, but he's got this vidIQ score of 51. Now, if you come over here and click on this little question mark bubble, it gives you a little bit more detail of what this score means. It says the overall score is determined to gauge how effective this keyword would be in your optimization efforts. If you have 1 million plus subscriber channel, you might be able to break into highly competitive search terms, but if you're a smaller channel, it's better to stay focused on yada, yada, yada. Okay, this video has had 27,000 views in 11 months, and it's a channel that only has 27,000 subscribers. Now, in our world, this channel is great. It's massive. This is generating, Jason, in his words, more leads than he can handle. But according to the vidIQ score, it says that in order for us to get any results, we've got to have at least 1 million views to compete in this space. If we go behind the scenes in Jason Schroeder's channel, and this is a report that I love to create right within YouTube Analytics, this is a comparison of 90 days to the 90 days prior. Okay, so the blue is the 90 days most recent, and then the purple is the 90 days prior to that. So this is the amount of views in that prior 90 days, 79,000 views, that increased to 87,000 views. Looking at stats like that means a lot versus an SEO score of 50 or 62. Even if that score is 100, what does that even mean? It's a score that doesn't relate to my results, but if you look at the analytics, this is the score that you should be looking at. So here's another example with Nicolene, the parenting expert. We're comparing a 28-day period to the 28 days prior to that. She went from 25,800 views to 28,300 views just from 1 month to the next. That's the important score to look at. All right, so I want to show you what these tools and what these other YouTube gurus are telling you that you need to implement in order to get your videos to rank. But then we're going to talk about what's the reality and what I do to get all of my clients' videos ranked at the top of YouTube. We've got thousands of videos ranking at the top of YouTube and that stay there for years and years. So back in the Creator Studio, you can see this optimized score, this random thing, 72 out of 100. What that is based on is just their checklist. Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done that? Have you done that? They don't care about the strategy. They don't care about the video that you've created. They just care, have you followed this checklist? So they're worried about, is your title easy to understand? I mean, that's probably a good idea, but what does that have to do with SEO? Your title isn't too long. Does your video have chapters? Chapters do not relate to SEO. So I put chapters in all of my episodes. They're a very helpful tool, but they have nothing to do with SEO. That's not why I put chapters in there. So let me go to another example. This is by TubeBuddy. They say, okay, you need to add more tags. If you go back 20 years ago, that worked. You could make a video about pizza and put Michael Jackson in your tags and you would rank if people search for Michael Jackson, right? But tags, no matter how relevant they are, YouTube has said that tags don't make a difference. Now, technically, they said that in a rare scenario, maybe 1% of the time, it might look at your tags if this hasn't happened yet. So you can put some tags in there and it won't hurt your video, but you can't really count on that to get your video ranking at the top of YouTube, okay? And definitely don't overstuff or put in false tags in your tags field, because that actually can hurt your video. It says add tags to your title. That can work, but the way that they do it, where they're picking a 2-word phrase and saying, yeah, just put that in your title, that's not gonna help you get ranked. They want you to add captions. They want you to reply to a comment. I mean, those are very critical. Captions, like YouTube provides an automatic transcription, and so the captions or the subtitles, You need to polish them. You need to add punctuation and capitalization, but that's to help the viewer experience. For those people who like to have the captions turned on, YouTube already knows the content because they've got an automatic transcription of your video. So polishing captions is a very good thing to do. And if there's some misspellings, that could help, but adding captions like, how is this an SEO best practice? To heart a comment, add info in the cards. It says that these are best practices, maybe for overall YouTube, but it gives you an SEO score that is based on this criteria. So you do things that aren't related to SEO, and yet that determines your SEO score. It's ridiculous. The list keeps going. If I scroll down further, you got to add an end screen. You've got to have a title that's within 20 and 70. Chapters, playlist. You got to get a like on Facebook, and that's going to help you with your SEO. This is ridiculous. So let's talk about what is important. If you learn my leaf strategy, which I teach on this channel, you're going to find what your title should be. And so that's the research that you do. And so the title is very important. The title is very important. You need to follow the leaf strategy for that. And then next to that is that automatic transcription. YouTube doesn't need you to put in a whole bunch of tags or keywords or do this or that type of SEO to your video, because YouTube will transcribe every word that you say in the video, and so it knows what your video is about. Now let's talk about some things that may help but may not help, okay? So one of them is file names. You'll hear a lot of YouTube experts out there that will say, okay, once you know what your keyword is, you need to make sure that your video file, before you upload it to YouTube, that you need to change that file name to include that keyword. And same with your thumbnail. Change the file name of the thumbnail. Instead of image-00523.jpg or whatever, change it to keyword.jpg. That probably doesn't do anything. It probably doesn't do anything, but it can't hurt. Now, if you follow the leaf strategy, you're going to have a long question, and so it can't hurt. You can take this 8-word question and make that the file name of your video and the file name of your thumbnail. And because when you upload it, it actually shows the file name. After you've uploaded a video, it shows the date that you uploaded it. It shows some data, but it shows the file name. I don't know why, but it's like, hey, maybe that could help. Go ahead and put the file name in there. I don't know if it's worth the effort and energy. I've had many videos. Out of the many thousands of videos we've uploaded to YouTube, I've probably only done this to maybe 15 or 20 since I've heard other people saying, like, well, it can't hurt. But we have so many videos ranking at the top of YouTube without doing that step, so don't stress about it, but go ahead if you want to try it. Now, we've already talked about the keyword tags, or this field where you can add your keyword tags. If you have a plugin like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, their keyword tool will give you hundreds of recommendations of, ooh, you could click that one, you want to rank for that one, what about this one, what about this one, this one. It's not going to do anything, okay? So just ignore that tool. One thing that you can also put in that keyword tag is put your name or put the name of your channel. You might not mention it in the video, but you do need to build authority for your channel so that if people type it in by name that they can find it. And that should work because other channels shouldn't be doing that same thing, right? There shouldn't be too many other people that have your same name. Now, another strategy that people will use is playlists. Now, playlists may or may not help. I think playlists are good, and you can look at your traffic source to see when you get views from a playlist. And so clearly they work. They typically will get you an additional 1%, maybe even higher than that, of views. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but other things like shorts usually give you an additional 0.1% of views on your regular videos. But what I've done some experimenting with on playlists, and it can't hurt, is to find other videos in your space that have a high volume of views. Let's say you find a video that has 800,000 views. You can take that video and take your video and put them together in a playlist, and maybe a couple other videos in there. Make a playlist that's on a topic, so you're now associating your video with other videos that are already successful on YouTube. So behind the scenes, I don't know if that works, and I've gotten success without that step, but I can only think that that might help. When you upload a new video, you have a unique URL. You've created a new URL. When you create a playlist, you're also creating a brand new URL. So it's creating another piece of content on YouTube when you create a new playlist. So that's something that you can try. And again, I don't guarantee that one, but it can't hurt to try that piece. Something else that you might hear is to comment on other channels or to comment on your other videos. And that can help. I mean, if you think about it logically, if you can find somebody who is interested in your content, and by commenting to that person, you can get them to come and view your content, then that's a way of getting another subscriber. Please don't be salesy. Please don't self-promote in those comments, but really engage in the comments, and you can generate some organic activity. Now, if you have other videos that have a lot more momentum, and you have a lot of people that are commenting to you, then what you can certainly do is go and respond to them and say, hey, I just made another video that goes in a lot more depth on what we've been talking about. Here's the link. So you can find people who are already interested in you and your content and your style of delivery and recommend a new video. Does that help with SEO? Well, I would say it probably does if you can get the right type of people to watch it, and then you've optimized your videos for certain phrases. It will help train the algorithm of what your video should be found for in search. Let's talk about what not to do. So absolutely, under no conditions do you ever want to do paid ads to try and build subscribers or to try get views on your videos and have hope that it's going to help your SEO. Paid traffic and organic search traffic is drastically different. I had a client that I worked with a few years ago. He really wanted to grow a big YouTube channel, and in fact, he used paid traffic. He's a paid ads expert. He's also an affiliate marketing expert. Well, he built his channel to 65,000 subscribers. That sounds impressive, right? Well, when you looked under the hood, he had no engagement, no comments. He had no ad revenue. He was paying to get those views, but he had no ad revenue, and he had a very successful business. His business was generating about $6 million that year, not from YouTube though, because he had no lead generation from YouTube. So 65,000 subscribers, but the channel was empty. So then he hired me. He learned my leaf strategy, and we filmed 260 episodes over that year, all following this leaf strategy. Let's see if I can remember the numbers. By the end of the year, it was a very vibrant channel. I know ad revenue actually was $18,000 that 12th month. I don't know his revenue numbers, but I knew that it was a massive lead generator for him. It was a vibrant channel. He had a lot of comments and a lot of engagement, and comments were like, how can I work with you? Do you have any programs? Do you have any courses? Which he did, and that's where he generated a lot of his business revenue from. So I can divide the paid ads part into two things. So don't pay for any type of service that's going to give you fake views, or that you're going to pay for an SEO service. There's no such thing. So if you get email messages or you get messages on LinkedIn where they take screenshots of your YouTube channel and show that your SEO score is poor, and they say, yeah, I'm going to help you SEO your videos and get you ranking. It's all fake. It's all spam. It's all bots that give you views. It will hurt your channel. I had a new client that thought that was a good thing. She was following my strategy and it was starting to work, and then she paid for this service that was just totally fake. She didn't pay a whole lot, fortunately, but when you looked at the analytics, it's like, oh man, this is so fake. You could just tell, and you could tell because we'd see some numbers over here in analytics, but when we looked at the same data in another way, it would reduce it. So it was showing in my mind, YouTube knows that this is fake, that this is spam. So just don't pay for any SEO service where they're gonna do SEO to your videos, okay? Like whatever they do, it just doesn't work. And if you're going to do paid ads, like advertising can be great for your business, whether you're paying for ads on Facebook or Google or on YouTube, but make sure those ads and your organic channel, they're two separate channels. You don't want to mix those two. You don't want to mix that traffic. You don't want to mix the audience. So the number one thing that you can do to optimize your videos is to do keyword research the leaf strategy way. And I want you to really understand what that leaf strategy is. I've got a video where I go into depth just on that strategy. It's right here. It's called the YouTube SEO Secret Strategy. Go watch that video now so you can understand what the leaf strategy is, and you can leverage YouTube to generate leads for your business and have your videos ranking at the top of YouTube. I'll see you in that video.